Well, welcome back to another episode, guys. Today we're back out here again trying to figure out a few of these little fish and put a few of these little green dudes into the boat with us. Now today we're doing something just a little bit different. I'm going to a part of the lake that I've never been to before. Like, honestly, I have never once in my life even thought about going this direction, and we're gonna figure it out. Last night I was doing what I often do, sitting on the couch, and I was scrolling through Google Earth trying to find something new, trying to find something different, trying to find something I could go do to catch a few more fish than I'm catching. And I started just scrolling my way up through this river and found some stuff that looked pretty good. Found a few boat ramps up here that I'm gonna go fish around, look at, see if they're boat ramps that I can put the boat in at, and just generally explore today. Now we are going to try to catch some fish. Obviously, you know, that's the goal every day we come out here is try to catch some fish, but I want to just go explore and break down this new water. And I thought, you know what, I'll bring you guys along with me and I'll show you guys kind of how, even on a lake that I've been on a whole lot, how I go and break down brand new water that I've never fished before. Because a lot of these lakes around me, honestly, it's like, you know, they're so big that it's like 5 little lakes inside one giant lake. And you can go do some really drastically different things in different parts of the lake. So we're gonna run up in this river today, and we're gonna see what it's about. I don't know if it's gonna be clear, I don't know if it's gonna be muddy, I don't know if it's gonna be rocky, sandy, I don't know if there's gonna be volcanoes or dinosaurs. I mean, you know, ninjas, you never know until you get up here and you gotta figure it out. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and hopefully you guys will enjoy today's episode. What do you think?
I want to see a dinosaur.
I would love to see a dinosaur. I think that would be the coolest thing in the world. So let's break this thing down. I'm running up through the river here, and you know, the river channel is about 30 foot deep in the center. Got quite a bit of current, but whenever I'm fishing a river system, creek, anything like that, I love to find these pockets, sloughs, whatever you want to call them, cuts that hold depth. And right now I've pulled up into this one. Went over just a little bit of a brim to get in here, but it's about 8 foot deep, and there's a culvert in the back of here, and there is a ton of bait in here, which for me, that's an area that these bass can move up in here and they can spawn, they can stay here all year long. You can deal with a lot of residential fish, and I really like stuff like that. It's also places that a lot of people may just blow right past and not really pay attention to. Now when you look at it on the map as well, it's in the bend of the river. That's something else that I like. When you find a river bend like that, you guys can see, you know, whenever you have a river bend like that, it allows that current to just push water in here. So this place is gonna have a lot of fresh oxygenated water coming in here. And then if you look right here, you've got this big slough that goes all the way back up in here that I would bet you anything is fed by a creek. Now, even though it's not showing it on my map, I would guess that it is fed by a creek. But you guys can see there's a little bit of land. Well, that's what that culvert right back there is going to connect me to the rest of that water. So what we're going to do is we're going to fish this little bitty kind of slough pocket here, and we're going to make our way through this culvert and see if there's any fish on the other side, because that culvert looks like it holds pretty good depth. If you look right here on my graph, it's showing 11 foot. It's showing an 11 foot creek channel all the way through here, which means you've got depth, you've got good oxygenated water, and you've got an area of the lake that is in a river bend. You got everything that, for me, says there should be bass in here. So we're gonna make our way through this culvert, and we're gonna do a little bit of fishing and see if we can pick up some fish that ain't nobody else been messing with. So, I don't know, we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, it's gonna be tight.
It makes me a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do it or not.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Real close.
Here's what we're gonna do.
I mean, I think it's going to work.
God, that was a big bass.
Holy cow.
That was like a 5-pounder.
This is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
You want me to kind of watch us on this side and pull us along?
Nah, it's all right. Just watch it. Make sure we don't hit.
The motor's all the way up top.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we should be good. I think we're gonna fit.
There's no way this gets fished, Alex.
I mean, I'm sure there's somebody who brings their boat back in here.
But, I mean, like, we are like within an inch on each side.
Yeah, it would take a boat my size to get back in here.
Huh?
It's gonna take a boat my size to get back in here.
Yeah, or a kayak.
There you go, guys.
Woo! I'll maybe sweat a little bit.
All right. We're back in here. Good looking little spot. There was a big old bass living in that tunnel. Obviously you guys saw it, I guess, when we started moving the boat back through there. It spooked some bait fish and he come up and rushed up there and ate them real quick. But we're back in here now. Honestly, this looks really, really good. We're gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna start with a wacky rig. This is what they've been eating, and you know, it's what they've been eating on the rest of the lake. So I want to start with this. I may switch up to a flipping bite here in a minute, just so that way I can cover a little bit more water. But when I'm fishing stuff like this, I've often found stuff like the little wacky rig, you know, something super finesse is really the best way to figure out kind of where they're at, and then you're able to go back through and pick them apart with, say, like a bigger flipping bait, a creature bait, something like that, maybe even a spinner bait or a swim jig or a chatterbait. But starting off with a wacky rig is going to help you to identify some key areas where these fish are living, which all of this, in my opinion, looks really, really good. So we're going to start breaking it down, see if we can put some fish in the boat. Said you could put coffee in this cup and I'd probably drink it.
That's fresh bottle.
There we go. There's number one.
Dad got a fish, look.
Pissed off at the world. Dang, dude. You wanted that thing, didn't you? All right, guys. Here's number one. On the old Cinco. I mean, don't get much better than that. I didn't even feel that fish bite, though. Little bitty dude. You can tell he's post-spawn, but heck, it's a start. It's a start. So he was just laying out there. Not really anything special, just kind of chilling out next to that tree. My God, that was cool. Did you see that?
No, I wasn't looking.
He ate that thing out of that bush. I got it hung on that limb and he ate it. Bexley's like, what in the world? She said, what just happened?
A fish? Look.
God, that was wicked. Come here, dude.
Oh, here she comes. She wants to see it.
Hey, you want to check this one out, Bexley? Check that one out, sweetheart. Did you hear all that splashing he did? There you go, guys. That was pretty cool. There's a tree on the back side of that dock, and I had my Cinco hung, and he come up and ate it off top water.
Where'd it go?
So,
Well, I just got to clean up the house. I'm going to run to Walmart and get a couple things, and I'm going to go back home. And I don't know what I'm going to do.
all right, I'm going to keep fishing. Oh, God, that bass is after that daggone Cinco. Hold on just 1 second.
Sunny grass.
Hold on just 1 second. Got him. Dad, I got to get off here. I got a big one. Just pray. Oh, no. Get off that limb. You stay on that limb. Stay on that limb. Get off here. There we go. There we go.
That's a good fish.
Lord have mercy. Taking me for a ride. There we go.
Look at that, Bex.
Done? Be done. You're done. All right. Lord have mercy.
What do you know?
A lot just went on just then. Look at that fish bleeding.
Where?
All in its mouth. It's got blood all in its mouth. That's weird. Post spawner. Skinny. Skinny, skinny, skinny. I thought that fish was a lot bigger than that. He's long though. Look at that. Weird. Hey, if you've ever seen that, guys. Its mouth's just bleeding. I didn't hook it bad. It's just got blood all over its mouth. Look at. That's weird. Let's get you back, bud. There you go. See, man. Whew, that was awesome. All right, so this is a pretty cool little hidey hole spot back in here. This is definitely one of those places I think there's a ton of potential. I just don't know kind of what they're doing right now. I saw a lot of fish just cruising around. All the fish that I caught were strung out. You can tell they've been sitting on beds or post spawn now, just kind of eating bluegills and bait fish and whatever else. I think the biggest thing back here is just all the gar. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term gar hole. Literally, this is a gar hole. There are thousands of them back here. You'll see them swimming 8, 9, 10 of them together, schooled together. But you know, sometimes I've experienced it where that can kind of hurt the bass, and it doesn't hurt them in the fact that they can't grow and get big and there's not enough food, but in the fact that they just don't want to eat and they're not super aggressive because the gar there and that self-preservation instinct kind of overrides the fact of, hey, I'm gonna go eat this Cinco, oh wait, there's 12 gar here, one of them might bite me and hurt me or something like that. So I think that may be part of it, and I think another part of it is too, it's kind of its own self-contained little lake back here, which is really, really fascinating. I mean, I don't know, these people have docks, but there's no other outlet. I mean, there's some of these people that have big boats. I don't even know how they get them in and out of here because that culvert's the only way in and out, and my boat barely fits through it, which is just interesting. But yeah, cool little spot, but we're gonna head back out, go back out through this culvert. We're gonna fish that pocket that we initially started in before we come through the culvert. We're gonna fish that out, and then we're gonna keep on trucking and keep on exploring. But so far, I've had fun. We've caught some fish. Check that off the list. Now we just gotta go find some more bigger, better fish and get whatever the heck this is eating my shoulder off of me. But yeah, all right, yeah. Yeah, just kind of keep it slowed down a little bit. You see these right here?
What?
These, they look kind of like cicada shells.
Oh yeah, I saw one earlier.
Those are mayfly nymphs. Oh, come here, buddy.
What is it?
Oh, a little baby turtle. Come here, dude. Gotcha, man. Save that little dude's life.
Aww. Can you live outside the water?
No, we'll put him back in here once we get on the other side. So they crawl out of the water and then they turn into mayflies.
Interesting.
Where was that big ass spider at?
On the like seam up.
Yeah, right there's another one.
Yeah, just watch as you put your hands.
They ain't gonna hurt you or nothing. They're just freaking big ass. Yeah. Like you don't want to be trapped in a hole with one. Oh, that's a bat.
It's a bat?
That's a bat. Right there.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It's a bat.
Freaking coronavirus. This is where it came from. Damn bat.
Oh, I've never seen a bat that close.
Yeah.
That is the most interesting thing. I don't know if
Oh, that was funny. I said, oh, that's a bat.
Shoot.
Oh, lordy. Yeah, boy. Okay, let's get.
Oh god.
It's all good. It's all good.
That like hurts me.
Saved this little dude's life. He got caught in the current, and my boat almost crushed him. And I grabbed him before anything could happen to
Can I
him.
hold him?
Yeah, you want to hold
I
him?
think that's really neat, yeah. Oh my gosh, look back, see? What is that?
Don't eat it.
He's just licking it. Look,
Yes.
what do you think?
All right, you want to let him go?
Sure. Should we just let him go right in the middle? Or should
Yeah,
we let him
he'll swim away.
That is literally the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
Come on, buddy.
See you, dude. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. That's funny.
How cool.
Well, exploring went well. I just couldn't seem to find any fish outside that one kind of key area that we found through that culvert. I think a lot of it had to do with the further and further I went up, the shallower and shallower that it got, and I couldn't find any more of those deeper pockets, you know, that 8-foot range. Really, if you can find those pockets that'll hold 10 to 12 foot of water, you know, that those fish have access to deep water, that they can live in there all year long, you're gonna be able to find fish. So we've ran back out here, main lake. We're gonna stop exploring for a little while. We're gonna run back through some of my waypoints that I have here, fish some shallow stuff that I've been getting bites on, and put a few more fish in the boat. But exploring was fun. I really like that area that I found, and I think it's one of those things that I'm gonna go back there and really spend some time, maybe idle around, graph a little bit, find some of those deeper ditches, because I think if I can do that, I can probably figure out where those bigger fish live in that area. But yeah, let's pick the old Cinco up here, maybe a swim jig, and run down this bank right here and see if we can put some fish in the boat real quick. There we go.
There you go. Got one right there. There you go.
Heck yeah. Oh, on the old jackhammer. Ain't it bad? Feels good to catch one on that jackhammer. I haven't done it in a little while. Whew. There we go. Come on. There we go. Pretty good little fish. I got a 3-pounder hook. Bethany's like, that's a nice dock. It is a nice dock. Express is a really cool boat too. That center console. Oh, come here. Heck yeah. Said, heck yeah. That's a little quality little fish there. They got these parasites in their mouth. I don't know what they are. Or is that little bitty shad? Oh my word, look how tiny this shad is.
Holy.
Look at that.
Let me see. Bring it down close.
Look at that, guys. What is he doing eating those? That's crazy. Lex, what do we think, girl? He's like, nope, no thank you.
That's crazy.
I want to talk to you guys about how I fish a wacky rig. So I treat a wacky rig a lot like a flipping bite. With a flipping bite, you know, for the most part, you flip it in there, you let it sink, you pump it a couple times, you pull it out and you keep on going, because for the most part, those fish are going to eat it on that initial drop, right? Well, I feel like the wacky rig is really similar. I'm very target oriented when I'm fishing the wacky rig. And so what I'll do is I'll skip it in there, I'll let it sink to the bottom, and usually if there's one in there, they're going to eat it on that initial fall. And if not, I'll twitch it a couple times, pull it out, and I'll just keep on moving and really break down a piece of cover pretty quickly with this thing. And I think the reason I do that mostly is because this bait does take a long time to fish. You know, it's weightless, it takes some time to fall, and so you really want to optimize your time with it, be able to move a lot of water and move through a lot of water and really figure out where the fish are at. And if you're sitting there waiting for that thing to swing all the way to the bottom and then pulling it up and letting it fall again and pulling it up and letting it fall again, I feel like you're wasting a lot of time. With this bite, I really feel like if they're going to eat it, they're going to eat it on that initial fall. If they're not, you need to pull this thing out and keep on moving and just really optimize your time on the water as best you can. My pocket is singing to me right now, and I'm not really sure why. Hold on, let's find out. That's because somebody's calling me. Mr. Ben Nowak just called me, so I got to call him back. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys, kind of talk about how I fish a wacky rig. Again, very cover oriented, very target oriented. Skip it up on these dock posts, let it fall, twitch it a couple times, and just keep on moving. And it works for me. I mean, it puts fish in the boat. And you know, I got a couple buddies who fish the wacky rig a lot, that I've talked to them about how they fish it, and they fish it very similar. You know, it's just get it in there, let it fall, and get it back out and keep on moving, because you got to optimize your time on the water, especially when you're trying to, you know, put some bites together pretty quickly. But yeah, just thought I'd share that with you guys. And now I'm going to call Mr. Ben Nowak back and make sure that he's not having a baby, because he should be having a baby anytime now. Well guys, ended up having a pretty good day. There's nothing like coming out here and exploring brand new water that you've never fished before and being able to figure just a little something out. And we got just a little something figured out. Ended up the day, like I said in the video earlier, you know, running some of my stuff that I've fished before and caught a few fish. But yeah, the new stuff's interesting. That whole river system is very interesting. I really see a lot of potential there. I think it's just one of those things that it's not happening just yet, which is kind of this whole year up to this point. I found 3 fish on the bed today. Water 75 degrees. It is the first week of June and I'm finding fish on the bed, which is just really strange to me. But all my frog fishing stuff, all my river fishing stuff, it's not happening yet. And it's just really strange that we're this late into the year, but it's just not happening yet. I don't know if it was because of all the rain we had earlier in the year, if it stayed cooler, because it really has. I mean, you know, it's hot, but it's only 86. Usually this time of year in Tennessee, we're hitting 91, 92. Heck, some days you get all the way up into the hundreds. But this year it's stayed cooler longer, and I really think it's just kind of delayed everything. And really, truthfully, I think this is the way the weather should be normally. We've had some very abnormal years of weather the past few years. But yeah, fun day. Glad I got to hang out with Bexley and Miss Bethany. And now I am gonna go drop off my boat, and I think I'm gonna go eat me a taco. Well, so I mean, yeah.
Just one taco?
Nah, I'll probably eat like 5 tacos or something like that. You know me, I'm a big boy. I like tacos, and that's what we're going to do. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. You guys are sweet, and we will see you